Let me see what we are currently waiting on. So I guess we weren't waiting on anything. And they're going to check with the teams. And here we go. This will be game 2 of the best of 3 series of the League of Legends Chicago tournament match, TDA, or Tappin Dat Ashe versus Intense Walrus, or IW. My name is Reckofm, and I will be commentating on these matches and putting them up on YouTube. And they will be on my Twitch TV channel. There goes the first ban, Riven. First game Riven was picked by Team TDA, and it looks like that Intense Walrus did not like that, so they are going to ban it out. TDA banning that Shen, just not wanting to deal with a Shen, even though Intense Walrus may not play Shen, but we don't know that, and they probably do not know that. Ryze is banned again. Targeted pick for the AP carry of Team TDA. As Ryze is a very, very strong pick, and they probably do not want to see Ryze played. Fizz targeted back at Intense Walrus, as one person plays Fizz very, very heavily, and they do not want to see a Fizz go through. Because Intense Walrus lost last game, they will be blue side, or blue team this time around, and TDA will be on the purple side. Lee Sin is banned, even though they did pick Lee Sin last game. I'm wondering why they banned it. They may not want the jungler to get it, or top lane to get it, so they're going to ban it out. Blitzcrank is finally banned, just because he's very, very strong. He does not want to be dealt with. Waiting on picks to come out, and we will see what the first pick is. About 5 seconds left for their pick. We do not know what it'll be. Is there any pick? And it looks like they just want to go with an Ashe again. It's a very last second pick. They ran Ashe last game. Ashe was shoved a little bit too hard in the tower, and bottom lane needed some help. But overall, Ashe is doing a little bit okay. We have Darius insta locked in for purple TDA Tappin Dat Ashe, which will more than likely be their top laner. Darius can also jungle, but he is pretty strong top lane, as he has true damage execute. And Janna being picked up again by Tappin Dat Ashe. Vladimir and Sion being picked up right now. Vladimir could be top lane, could be mid lane. Sion could be jungle, could be a mid lane also. I want to turn myself down just a little bit. I think I may be a little bit too loud. I'm really sorry for that. But we have the Vladimir pick locked in. Vladimir, and there is a Q dodge for something that happened. Vladimir does beat. Okay. So supposedly there's a rule. Well, I guess I don't even know. Probably stated in the rules that when this tournament was created, um, it was going to be based on that patch back then, and anything past that cannot be picked. As in, I guess since the Varus patch onwards. Um, so I guess they need to change their picks because Darius will not be locked in now. So and we're gonna restart the vans. And here we go again. Picks are going to be totally different, but the bands will be the same. Bands are going to be Shen, Blitzcrank, Fizz, Rise, Lee Sin, and Riven. And we do not know what we will pick, as we had to restart. But we know now that Team Intense Walrus can play Vladimir and possibly Scion. So we could expect to see those picks come out of them, and maybe exciting us viewers for this game so they can take it back and we can go into game 3, which will be very, very intense because the loser, I believe, goes home and the winner goes to the semifinals, which are going to be live. There we go for the bands. Here comes first pick. Last time Intense Walrus picked Ashe for their first pick, and it was at the very last second. Seems as if they couldn't decide what to pick, so they just kind of defaulted into Ashe, which would be okay, as they ran Ashe last game. Ashe didn't get to do a whole lot, but if they can do better than last game, they can pick it up, they can make those plays, Ashe can get those arrows, they can change team fights, and possibly win the game. But we'll see. It's coming back down to the final few seconds as Team Intense Walrus seems like they're going to be having a lot of discussion going on. And it looks like they're just going to pick up Ashe again. Active game was not found. Did they already quit? Well, I hit OK. Hopefully this will go through. Hopefully nothing happens. I'm very, very scared. I don't know what's happened there. purple team, Team Tappin Dat Ashe, trying to decide what to pick right now. It looks like their AD carry may want to go with Kog'Maw, as Kog'Maw is very, very strong. Kog'Maw is one of those champions that can be played middle or bottom lane. Kog'Maw can go AD or AP. Both are very, very strong, and AD Kog'Maw usually centered around to protect the Kog'Maw comp, where he can sit back with his range, shred the other enemy's team HP, and disengaging easy with the slow. Or he can go AP, but he can still disengage with the slow, or he can have lots of range to poke. I have active game was not found again, so I am very, very scared. Hopefully this game will go through. But Aurelia has picked up 4 top lane, as Aurelia is very, very strong. As Aurelia is a very strong top laner, and she has been revised for a few patches. Just minor buffs and nerfs and this and that for Aurelia. It looks like Galio and Sion may be picked up. Sion can go mid, Sion can go top, Sion can go jungle, and he can go AP or AD. But we have a Galio pick. Galio can also be played as a support character. Not very popular, but can be played support, one of those non-traditional ones. Or Galio can be played as a mid character, where Galio pushes out, and Galio can initiate and just farm away. Galio is a very good counter to a lot of bursty AP carries, and can be very, very strong. And I keep getting active game is not found, so I'm a little bit scared. Skarner is being picked up again. Skarner played very, very well last game, picked up quite a few kills, initiated a couple good fights, did a lot of work for Team EDA, and did a lot of work to Team Intense Walrus, and we will see what's going to happen. Morgana getting picked up for Team Tappin Dat Ashe, and the Morgana versus Galio matchup, it can go either way. Morgana may not be able to kill Galio, but Galio may not be able to kill Morgana. But it's going to be a very, very, very passive, maybe active game, farming phase, laning phase, whatever you guys want to call it, for the middle lane. It could go either way, honestly, and we do not know which way it'll go. But it looks like Jax is maybe picked up for Intense Walrus, and Annie may get picked up. Now this could be a support Annie, or it could be a support Galio. So we don't know where it's going to go. Morgana was probably picked to counter, or to fight against the Galio pick, when they wanted to counter the Galio, or do really well against Galio, and not Annie. So Jax and Annie going to be locked in. It looks like Galio may be bottom lane. It may be Annie bottom lane. We don't know what's going to happen. But I get active game is not found, which is still very, very scary, because I hope this game doesn't, like, we don't have to go and make another game, and then we have to do picks again. But we have Skarner locked in, doing very, very well, and we have Nunu maybe picked up for the Kog'Maw. This ensures that Kog'Maw is going to be bottom, because we did pick Morgana, so Nunu will be going with Kog'Maw bottom lane, and Jax is going to be fighting Aurelia on top lane. Jax is very, very strong, very, very popular. He got reworked. Now he's being blown up again. Very picked, banned, whatever, top scene, like in the top scene. And I don't know the Jax Aurelia matchup, because I don't think I've ever seen it. But it could go either way. Their top laner grabbing that teleport again, able to teleport down bottom lane. I don't even remember seeing too many teleports happening, but they really need to utilize the teleport if they're going to be taking it, because there's no point in not taking, or in taking it and not utilizing it for gank, or not helping out the team with it, or for split pushing. That's another really good way to use teleport, is for split push. Hopefully this game does go through, but we will have to wait 3 minutes because of the delay. And delay is going through. So hopefully the active game is found, and the active game is Like, I don't get the active game is not found again. Annie may have not have been a very good pick for Morgana, however, because Morgana can Black Shield the stun, which will uh, block the stun and absorb some of the magic damage that Annie does do. But we will see. Um, the Scion jungle is very, very exciting to me too, because I don't see very, very many good Scion jungles, and I don't see very, very Scion jungles. Period. So we will see how this plays out. If Skarner does get ahead, he builds that crit and attack speed. He can do a lot of damage to the other enemy team, and with his ult up, he may be unkillable if an ignite does not go off onto Scion. And Scion could put out just massive amounts of damage. It looks like, well, we'll see what Galio played last game. Galio was the Lee Sin. So we have some role swap ups here. We have everybody in the same role on Team Tappin Dat Ashe, but we have lane and we have swap ups on Team Intense Walrus. People playing different roles. People playing what champions they are good for. Ari, the AP carry, still playing the AP carry. We have the Taric switching to top lane. And we have the Galio, who was the Lee Sin from top lane. And we have the Scion, which was the jungler, still the same jungler. And then that's going to mean that the AD carry is the same too. We have about 30 seconds to get into Game 2 for the League of Legends Chicago tournament. So if you guys need to go get a drink, use the bathroom, because we are going to get in this game, and hopefully it'll be a very, very good game. And thank you guys for watching this, wherever you guys are, or whenever you guys are. But it does mean a lot, and thank you. And the game does go through, which is very, very good. That makes me very, very happy. I don't really like technical difficulties. And there we go. We have everybody loading in right now, and we have 3 skins for Team Tappin Dat Ashe and 2 skins for Team Intense Walrus, or Intense Walrus without the team. Very, very nice skins on both teams. Ninubot, very expensive. Jurassic Cog, very, very good skin. Ever since about then, Riot's been putting out a good amount of skins that are very, very pretty, very, very cool, very, very worth the money for a skin, as they are very, very fancy. And here goes the game. We have boots pots on Annie, so Annie is going to be bottom lane. We're going to have Skarner starting out the same. We're going to have Aurelia, Kog'Maw, and Morgana starting boots 3 pots. And Ninu has not bought yet, as he's probably deciding what to buy. Scion starting off same way as last time. Ashe getting boots. Galio starting a Meki Pendant for that mana regen. And Jack starting cloth 5. Galio has 35 AP already, and he has 31 MR. Very, very strong. It looks like everybody's playing the exact same as before. Top lane actually not coming down to stop. Top lane going directly to top lane, hiding in the bush. May actually come up to see this Jax if Jax walks up into Aurelia. Blue team's bottom lane walking up into this bush. They are looking to get the get the lead on bottom lane as they come down. Let me turn off directed camera, unless we want it on. I may try it out a little bit. Some pings going on, some people talking, all that jazz. Bottom lane sitting in this bush. It looks like they're not deciding to do the golems, even though they could do the golems. And Sion's not going to start wolves again, but going straight for blue. That's one thing that you should definitely do, though, is you have 15 seconds when jungle creeps spawn, like right now, at 140. And you have 15 seconds to do these, and then go over here to your blue buff, and just do these. Same way if you were going to start red, you want to do these breaks, and then you would go for red buff. It just saves a lot of time, and a lot of people should start to do that. And just a little bit of a leash from Annie. Not a whole lot from top lane, as bottom lane did help out a lot more for Skarner. That's going to put Sion a little bit behind. And looks like they're just farming the bottom lane. They didn't want to wait and ambush TDA. Galio just missing his Q. And Sion actually just finishing his blue buff now. Just little things like that, if really changes everything. Their jungle is behind now because top lane didn't help and he didn't do wolves before. So let's try some direct camera. Move bottom lane just farming. Aurelia and Jax trading with each other. And this time, Intense Walrus pushing up a little bit more than GDA is. There's some more trading going on top. Jax jumping in. Aurelia just trying to do a little bit of damage back, trying to heal up. Aurelia a little bit lower than Jax. Jax is not going to take as much damage. Jax is off 5 and more health pots than this Aurelia does, but Aurelia is going to move faster than Jax is. Hopefully Jax may not push, hopefully he doesn't push up and try to keep the lane in the middle so that Skarner doesn't gank him. That would be very, very dangerous. Just a little bit of training. Jax jumping in, doing a little bit of auto attacks with the skills and stuff, and then Aurelia stunning and non-attacking back. Ashe really pushing up the aggression from this game compared to the last game, pushing a lot more, not allowing him to get pushed to the tower as much as he was pushed last game. Skarner up top right now, and top lane's pushed in again. Jax can be in some very, very deep trouble here. They see Jax. Skarner's walking in. There's a stun on Jax because Aurelia was low. Jax pops his counter-strike, but Jax doesn't have an escape. Jax looks like he's very low. He almost kills Aurelia, but he's going to be picked off by Skarner because he has no escape. Very close of a kill. Jax almost got that Aurelia. That was very, very close. But Jax was pushed up just a little bit too far. There's been some trading going on in the middle, it seems. Morgana 7 CS ahead of Annie. Skarner jumping in, coming for the Annie. Annie flashes the bind, but Sion's here to try and jump in. Sion just stuns the Skarner, is going to run out of here, and he doesn't want to take too much punish from this Skarner. Annie, however, has no flash now. A very good juke by Sion, I'm sorry, to turn around, but Annie is very low and cannot help out Sion that much. Skarner slowing Sion very, very slow. Morgana throws the bind but misses again because Sion flashes out to safety. Bottom lane we have some trading. Kog'Maw going on to Ashe. Galio slowing them down, but Nooney slowing Galio back. Galio going to be in very deep trouble here, and Kog'Maw putting down lots of harass through the slows. Both lanes they're pretty even in health right now, but both people popping their health pots. Both AD carries have no health. Galio has no ward, but he does have a health pot. And Nunu not having any more health pots. Top lane is pushed back in. Jax farming up that CS, getting that farm. Very sad that he doesn't have many escapes because I believe in that first gank up top with that first blood, he could have gotten out if he had a flash. Um, but it's okay because he did almost kill Aurelia. And if he would have killed Aurelia for first blood, that would have been very good. Galio walking to the bush, getting stunned by Nunu, but Nunu just slowing them. Kog'Maw throwing a slow. Kog'Maw poking his Q. Can he get Galio? No, he can't. But Kog'Maw's going to be poking back at Ashe. But he doesn't want to walk into tower because then he can get killed off of that. In lane again, just a lot of farming going on. Morgana farming away with her pool. And Sion coming down here through again. Sion very, very slow though because he has no boost. But Nunu is sitting in this bush and Sion's walking up. They don't know. Galio gets slowed by Nunu. And there's a slow by Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw jumps. Ashe flashes in for no reason. But Kog'Maw flashes out. Ashe shouldn't have flashed, but Nunu is exhausted now. Morgana is coming down to clean this up. Both Nunu and Kog'Maw are extremely low, but Morgana is here to fight. Morgana is level 6. Morgana throws her bind and her pool, but misses her pool slightly, ignites and ults. I'm sorry, Galio. Morgana trying to get into the Sion, clears up, gets a very nice Q, dark binding off, lands her pool. Nunu comes in, helps out a little bit, cleans up. Annie's coming down. They don't know that. They don't see that Annie's here because of the ward right here. Annie bursting Morgana, but not going to pick her up because Morgana popped her black shield, and Morgana gets out. 3 of them very, very low, and not losing anybody for Team TDA. Where Intense Walrus loses a couple, like 2, 3 people. Meanwhile, Skarner is taking Intense Walrus's blue buff right now. While he sees that Skarner, or as he saw, Sion was down on bottom. Very good play by Team TDA and Skarner for seeing that there was a lot of action going down on bottom, and Skarner going to pick up the blue buff as it was spawned, because they know that the first buff usually spawns around 7 minutes 15 seconds, somewhere around that time. Some very intense action going down on bottom. It would have been nice if Sion had boots. If he had his boots, he could have gotten in a little bit better. A little bit of an unnecessary flash for Ashe, because when she flashed forward, Kog'Maw just turned around and picked her up. Skarner getting the blue buff ready for Morgana, and Aurelia running back up top to Jax to fight Jax. So there's about a 3k gold lead for Team TDA right now, but it's okay. You can still come back from this. This is very easy to come back from. There's just 4 deaths down, but people can misplay so easily. Dragons can be taken, and the game can be changed very quickly. Ashe getting picked off a lot right here, taking a lot of damage. Skarner trying to jump in, but Skarner's just a little bit too slow, despite how fast Skarner really is. But he could not get in and pick up Ashe, as there is a ward in this tri-bush. Kog'Maw Nunu, a very, very deadly combo. Because of that blood boil, they can pretty much shred and kill somebody very, very fast. And a very early dragon's coming down for Team TDA. This is a 9-minute and 25-second dragon. This is considered very, very early. Or not very, very early, but it is pretty early for Team TDA. Skarner getting low. And Nunu pink warding, I believe, to clear the wards so they do not know. For the free dragon. There's a little bit of action going on top. Jax finding the Aurelia. Jax backing up, but Aurelia trying to chase. It looks like Jax is not wanting to fight when Aurelia pops her heat 10 style to hit true damage, which is very, very smart of Jax. That is the time that you want to wait. You want to trade with Aurelia, and then you want to run away from Aurelia afterwards once you see her pop that, because she will do a lot more damage and gain more HP. There's a little bit of a slow going down onto Ashe from Nunu's Ice Ball on bottom, and some poking by Kog'Maw. And I just missed a dive on mid, so I'm going to rewind, and we're going to see it. Annie sitting in on middle, and Morgana pushes up. Morgana just runs in, ults to Annie. Misses the Dark Binding, but ignites and throws a pool, and comes into auto attack it, and uses her flash so she can get back in range. Probably didn't need to burn flash if the Dark Binding was hit, but it's okay. And we have a little bit of a fight going on bottom, so I'm actually going to jump back, and then we're going to watch this. So it looks like Nunu is getting Galio very low, and Sion comes in around Nunu in here. Nunu trying to use his ultimate, but is going to get killed here. Kog'Maw going to pick up Sion because of an ignite and the red buff. And there goes an ignite, or an exhaust from Galio onto Kog'Maw so they do not die. We're going to speed up a little bit to get through this. Will Kog'Maw pick up more? We do not know, but Skarner is just counter jungling the wolves right now, and Jax is right there, runs right past Skarner. There's a ping on the Jax because they do see Jax, and Skarner's going to be coming up behind Jax as there is a ward here. Here it goes. Jax sees him with the ward, but Skarner runs in. Skarner trying to get slow. Skarner ult, pulling him into Aurelia. Aurelia then stuns him, and now Jax just leaps away, which is one reason why he may not need an escape, but now he's going to get dove. He's getting dove, but Sion right here up top lane. There's an exhaust going off on Skarner, and now Skarner is going to get stunned on the tower, and is going to get hit, but Skarner flashes out, and is going to be able to get to safety and run away. There's an arrow going up top, misses the arrow. There's a smite, but Morgana's right here. They're going to see Morgana come, and Morgana binds Sion. Sion in trouble right now. Sion eating both Morgana bind and Morgana ult, and he's going to die. Annie running down bottom lane. He sees that these both are low. Well, he was probably already here before, so I'm going to back up again. But Annie was down here below, bursted Nunu. They could have taken the tower. That's very good coverage by Annie. Just, it would have been really good if she got a kill. Let's speed back up. Just a lot of action going on. Sorry I can't grab it all. A little bit of pokes going down. Match is getting pretty low. Skarner taking his red buff. Morgana and Annie just farming. Pretty typical. And now we're going to be back live in real time. There's freezes here and there. I'm really sorry. I don't know what's wrong with my internet. It's purely me. I truly apologize. But hopefully it's not too bad. We have good ward coverage on bottom lane. Blue team does have a timer for Dragon. Hopefully Intense Walrus did clear out Dragon, so they know, and they'll see when it spawns, but they don't know an exact timer. Kog'Maw does have a red buff, so it's going to be very, very dangerous for Ashe and Galio on bottom lane. There's about a 7k, well 6k gold lead in favor of Tappin Dat Ashe red team right now, but it's still possible to come back. One thing can happen, or a multitude of things can happen, and things can be changed. Ashe is actually going to get slowed by Nunu. Nunu's going to ult this, but Ashe is out of Nunu's ult and doesn't take a lot of hurt. Where they could have been dangerously hurt here. Ashe getting slowed consistently over and over again, once in range of Nunu, and here comes an arrow onto Kog'Maw. Ashe is going to get exhausted, but Galio ult, Nunu under tower, Skarner's coming up from behind. They do not see Skarner coming. Skarner coming in, Skarner slowing, Skarner grabbing Ashe. Ashe going to go down to Kog'Maw. He's going to die to Nunu also. We have Sion running up to the top lane as Aurelia is pushed in. But we have Kog'Maw exhausted now, and Nunu, it looks like they want to dive this Galio if they can take this tower. Skarner coming in, going to take the damage from the tower, but he's tanky enough to do so. Nunu, Kog'Maw there to back him up and take the damage.